and welcome to Vlogmas! Yay! So, what are we gonna do today? Well, I have here a post that arrived today in the morning, and I know what is inside, and I can't wait to open it, but I didn't want to open it without you. So, it should be 3 books, I hope. And let's see, my friends, what did we order? Very good. Yay! Here they are! Yay! Woo! They look so nice. Okay, I have to tell you what is in it. So the first book is A German Christmas Festive Tales from Berlin to Bavaria. The illustration, the hardcover is so pretty, with gingerbread and half-timbered houses, very, very German, very cute. And I'm so much looking forward to reading this book because when me and my sister were small, my mom would read fairy tales from Grimm, from Hans Christian Andersen to me and to my sister, so that we can have a nice sleep. My father, on the other side, would invent stories. He would in the moment while telling them to me and my sister, invent his own bedtime stories that were very original and very creative. And now, when I'm grown up, actually, now I realize how important it was and how important it is actually that parents read books to their children before going to bed. This time that they spend together is unforgettable and it stays memorized in children's mind forever. It also teaches kids to read books from small age. Next book we have is A Boy Called Christmas from Matt Haig or Haig. I'm not sure. I liked his book, The Midnight Library. I enjoyed it very much. It was very profound and deep book. So I'm sure that I will also enjoy this book, A Boy Called Christmas. Oh, so nice illustrations! So I don't know what is this book about, A Boy Called Christmas. Very nice illustrations, guys. I will show you later. I'm looking forward to reading this. Okay, the third book. The third book is a classic by Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol. I never read this book. I actually don't know how I missed A Christmas Carol and didn't read it until now, but it's never too late, my friends, or? Okay, so to tell you my plan for today. Actually, my goal for this year was to read 40 books, which is a really high goal, and I almost achieved it. I read more than 30 books, and I'm proud of that. I'm very happy. But if I can manage to come closer to this goal of 40 books, it would be even more cool. So my plan is to read these 3 books because they're really not thick, and they're also children's books, so they're not hard to read. So my plan is to read these 3 books today and share my impressions with you. I wanted to share with you why I like reading children's books. So last time that I read the children's book was The Secret Garden, and I enjoyed it so much because it reminded me of my childhood when me and my sister and my parents spent every summer in our weekend house in the north of Serbia at Danube River, and we were having so much nice time there. We were fishing, we were gardening, we were playing in the mud, playing in the wood, playing in the river, swim. The most beautiful memories of my childhood are actually coming from the summer spent in Slankamen in the north of Serbia. And I love reading children's books because, first of all, as I said, they bring back my childhood memories, and second, they are waking up my imagination. They are waking up my creativity. They are bringing me back to the children's world, to the world where everything is possible, where there are no borders, where everything what we imagine can happen if we believe strong enough in that. And I wanted to say that I hope that this vlog and me reading these children books will inspire you to go back to your favorite children books that you read or your parents read to you or your grandparents read to you when you were small, and to read them all over again. Or maybe to read the children's books from the authors that you loved as a child, but you never had the chance to read them, like for example me, A Christmas Carol, and read them for this Christmas. Because trust me, my friends, you will enjoy it so much. So that's gonna be this vlog, my friends. I will read these 3 books in hopefully 24 hours. Now it's morning. So I will read them till the evening, and then I will share my impressions with you. So get yourself cozy, my friends. Prepare for some bookish content and enjoy the video. Let's go reading. So guys, I read the book. I read A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig, and I really liked the book, but the book was so sad. It was not sad all the time, but it started very sad, It reminded me a bit of if you watched Bambi from Disney. At the beginning of the story from Bambi, his mom dies, a hunter kills her, and little Bambi is staying alone in the world without his mom. That cartoon, I remember it was so sad. Every time when I watched it, I was crying when I was small. And this book, it starts also in a very sad tone. It also has some sad parts inside the book. Closer to the end, also another sad thing happens, but it ends happy, which is good. It has happy end, so the book is saved, the Christmas is saved, everything is good, but it's really a bit sad. And on the other side, the book is really nice written. I don't want to tell you too much because I don't want to spoil the feeling of reading it. Matt Haig, really in a very, very nice way described Finland. And I really felt like I was there. How he described the deep snow, the forests, the trees, the aurora, how he described aurora, northern star, and just that darkness, emptiness, and when there are no people, like mountains, places without people. How he described cold, he really managed to transport me to that place of unendless emptiness, only nature, no people. And I almost felt cold, like while reading about the deep snow there and how the heroes in the book are freezing. I almost started freezing. How convinced he wrote it. Although I was sitting next to the heater, I started to feel cold. And the magic in the book is very, very, very nice. So he found a logic in everything that we know about Christmas, everything. So he described why we have socks. I mean, why we get presents in the socks. Why Santa Claus or Christmas or Father Christmas, why is he wearing a red hat? Why are reindeers flying? Why Santa Claus is not living with people? And how did Santa Claus or Father Christmas or Saint Nicholas or however we all call him, how did he at all end up there in Finland, in north of Finland? So he described it very nice. It's like everything makes so much sense and so much logic now. If I would not be grown up, and if I would have never stopped believing in Santa Claus, I would, after this book, just believe even more that Santa Claus and magic exist. So, amazing book, really beautiful. And now it's around 2 o'clock, and I didn't go out the whole day. I thought maybe to take a short walk or a long walk if it's not too cold, and maybe go to some coffee shop and start reading my second book of the day, which would be Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. And yes, let's do it, my friends. Let's start reading the second book. Hey guys, so I'm done with the reading of a second book, and I have to tell you that this idea of reading 3 books in one day really feels a bit like running a marathon. Not that I ever ran a marathon, but it gives those kind of positive vibes and positive energy, especially now since I'm more than half done and I almost achieved my goal of reading 3 books in one day. It's a good feeling, it's a nice feeling, especially when the books are good, like these 2 books that I read until now. Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. When it comes to the language, since English is not my mother tongue, and this book is written in the 19th century during Victorian era, some of the words were a bit unfamiliar to me, and I definitely needed to focus more while reading it, comparing to A Boy Called Christmas. But I managed, and luckily there were not too many words that were unfamiliar to me, and the book was not that long, so it was okay at the end. But definitely not so easy for reading as A Boy Called Christmas. I really liked the story. I enjoyed it very much. I found it very entertaining. I especially liked how Charles Dickens described the atmosphere on the streets of London during Christmas Eve in the 19th century. How everyone is just cheerfully running around, trying to find perfect presents for their family and all the ingredients for Christmas dinner, and how everyone is just greeting each other and singing Christmas songs. I could really see Christmas spirit in London during this period of time in the 19th century. And I could also picture myself being part of that crowd and walking the streets of London, trying to find everything what I need for the Christmas dinner at home. It was really nice feeling while reading it and being part of that story. I also liked very much how he described the Christmas feast at different homes. I could really imagine the Christmas table with tasty, delicious, festive dishes, and how moms are helping and preparing dinner, and fathers are taking care of the fire in the background, and children are laughing and telling jokes and waiting impatiently for dessert to come. And I could feel the warmth of the homes from those families, and the love and kindness and joy that everyone felt towards each other. A real Christmas spirit in every home, except in one home, a home from our main character, Mr. Scrooge. Until the end of the book, our hero changes his character and becomes a better person. And that's the biggest message I would say from this book, that it's never too late for anything. It's never too late to become a better version of ourselves. It's never too late to be kind and to be gentle and to spread love and to be loved. It's never too late for anything if it comes from inside. Okay, my friends, so now actually I'm a bit tired from reading. I think my brain needs a break. And I'm also a bit hungry, so it's the perfect time that I go and prepare dinner, and then I will start reading my last book for this day, a third book, German Festive Tales from Berlin to Bavaria. And then, my friends, we will see each other again. Hey guys! So I'm somewhere around 113th page of my third book, A German Christmas, Festive Tales from Berlin to Bavaria. And I really enjoyed the book. I actually started reading it a bit earlier than expected because Udi prepared dinner. It was not only for the video, he really enjoys preparing dinner. About the stories, I'm very happy about the choice of the stories in the book because until now I only knew from before two stories. The Elves and the Shoemaker from Brother Grimm and the Nutcracker from Hoffman. All the other stories are actually new to me, which is very nice because they're describing German countryside and Berlin and German tradition during Christmas period. There are so many things that are new to me, especially the ones happening at the countryside. And the story that I like the most is from Wolf Dietrich Schnurre, and it's called The Loan. And it's about one poor family from Berlin who cannot afford themselves a Christmas tree. So the father gets the idea to go to the forest next to Berlin and to borrow the tree, which means he takes the tree with its root and brings it home and puts it in the water. So the son, the kid, is happy to have a Christmas tree. Father is happy to have a Christmas tree. They decorate it. They have a nice Christmas Eve. And the next day, they bring back the tree to the forest. They put it again in the earth. And then during the next months, they come and visit the tree and admire how the tree grew big and how once when it was small, it was in their one-room apartment. So very nice story, very magical story. Anyway, my friends, I will now continue reading my book. I hope you enjoyed this very long reading vlog. I also hope that I inspired you to read more Christmas books now during December. And I want to thank you for being here and for watching my videos and for your likes and comments. And I hope to see you in the next vlog. Until then, take care and have a nice day. Bye bye!